If you are happy and you know it, are you living where you love? If you're happy and you know it, are you living where you love? If you're happy and you know it, are you living where you love? I've just been outside exercising in my favourite place, which is at home on our outdoor training arena. And I'm sharing that with you because I've got a very personal question. Are you living exactly where you want to live? Do you have the life that you want to have? And regardless of how old you are, if you haven't got what you want, are you doing something or everything to make that happen? So as a very old lady, and again, a very personal question. When I was 20, I had different dreams and goals about where I wanted to live. Different at 30, different at 40, even different at 50. And now that I'm in my 6th decade, I live in a place where I don't want to be anywhere else. I actually don't want to go on holidays. I don't want to travel anymore. But it's easy for me to say that because I've lived in many, many countries, in many different places, apartments, houses, tents, caravans, motorhomes, beautiful luxury places and some very poor, horrible places. And I've developed a sense of exactly what I want with my life. So if you ask me at 20, what do you think your life's going to look like at 60? It would have been a very different story. The reason I'm sharing that with you is I know that I'm in the best place I've ever lived because I've lived in so many different places and I've travelled to so many different places and I've experienced so many different things. The reverse of that is if you've never travelled and you love where you live, well, why do you need to travel? Because you love where it is, where you are now, and you don't need to go anywhere else. And I'll give you a really fun story for that. I was in a town in New Zealand or a city perhaps now called New Plymouth. And I'd never been there before. And it was pouring rain and we wanted to walk on the beach, but we didn't have a raincoat. So I went to the local department store to buy a heavy-duty raincoat so that we could walk on the beach. I'm telling you that because it was just a very fun experience and a gorgeous cool day. The lady that was working in the department store was exactly the same age as me because we had a great conversation. And she said to me, she told me her age, and she said, I've never been out of New Plymouth before. And funny, because I said, well, I'm exactly the same age as you and I've never been to New Plymouth before. She wasn't unhappy. She was a positive, happy lady who loved where she lived. So the connection here is if you don't love where you live and you're not happy, you don't wake up every day excited to be where you are, could it be time to go uproot yourself because you're not a tree and you can go wherever you want to and go and experience the things that you thought you could either not experience or things that you want to do? Because wouldn't it be awful to have regret, to get to my age or older and look back over your life and go, I wish I could have done a whole heap of stuff, but I never did it. Regret. I could have, I would have, I should have, but I didn't. I got stuck in a rut. I got stuck with a mortgage. I got stuck in a job I didn't like. I got stuck doing what I didn't want to do for my whole life. Imagine looking back over your life and seeing that happen. So wherever you live now, and I think this is the ultimate test of where you love to live, that you don't want to go anywhere. And if you do go on holidays, you can't wait to get home. A lot of people, when they go on holidays, on the last few days of their holiday, they feel really yucky and uncomfortable and even sick to their stomach because they don't want to go home. Well, surely the best place in the world to live is that you are excited to go home. You either don't want to leave, you love it so much, or you don't, when you are away, you can't wait to get back to it. And I wish that for everybody, because and this is not to brag, this is just to share very personally that I really have travelled to many, many countries around the world and experienced many things and many different ways to live in many different financial situations. And it's funny because when people come here, they go, Rowie, you live in the arse end of nowhere and you live in, technically we live in a barn. We've created a museum, art, gallery, barn to live in, and we've created exactly what we want. It's the most beautiful, I just love it here. And who cares what Rowie does, but I'm sharing that with you because I wish that for you. I wish you to have a place to live that you love so much you don't want to go anywhere, and if you do go anywhere, you can't wait to get home. So once you've got that, how do you get that? And that's the easy part. Creating a career or business or financial security is the easy part to make sure that you can live your life to the max. So if you have a career or business that you love, you're absolutely passionate about, if you keep getting better at it and you keep adding massive value to the people who want to buy that product or service or want to invest money in you, then you will be financially free and you can either go and do what you want to do now or you can retire early. If you're lazy, if you're undisciplined, if you don't put in 100% effort into your career or your business, if you don't treat people beautifully, if you don't keep getting better at what you do, and if you don't love what you do and you're not adding massive value to people's lives, then of course financial security security is not going to happen. Of course it isn't. How can you possibly expect to get wealthy, to be financially free, to have financial security if you don't put all the steps into place to make it happen? Because ultimately it's never about the money. I don't get the money bit. I need more money. No, isn't it what money can do for us? The only reason that money is awesome is it gives you freedom and choice. Freedom to live where you want to live, go where you want to go, buy what you want to buy. And I always ask that question, why would you want to have money controlling your life? If you want to buy something, whether it's a pair of shoes or a house or a swimming pool, a tennis court, a holiday, or a bag of groceries, wouldn't it be awful if you couldn't get it because you didn't have enough money? That means money's controlling your life. So let's get off that silly bandwagon. Do what you love, be really good at it and keep getting better at it, add massive value to people's lives, and then live the life that you want to live. I call it living your life to the max. Live where you want to live and love what you do every single day, so you can wake up every day singing like I do. I feel good, na 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 na. I knew that I would now, na 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 na. So good, yeah, so good, woohoo!